Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next video of this AI Agents in Practice series. In this video, we are going to do our data readiness check for our AI agentic implementation. In the instance, of course, I hope you have watched my previous videos. If you haven't done that, please do so because these are interrelated and previous knowledge will help you make it more sense in this video, right? With that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's directly go to our module one. All right, AI implementation for partners, AI agents in practice. Our use case is HR case interceptor agentic workflow, which is we are going to build from scratch. So we have talked about theoretically a lot, so I will not go into this detail. But our what is our lab objective? We are going to create an agentic workflow from scratch. We are going to assess the data readiness using available platform tools, understand how the pre-built components supporting the lab were implemented, incorporate supporting elements to enable end-to-end agentic workflow processing, leverage AI agent control tower to track and monitor, manage data elements to test, evaluate the use case effectively, and deploy fully autonomous agents using the autonomous workflow. So in this series, we are going to learn all these objectives. And if I talk about your this lab, we are going to see the data readiness assessment lab. We are going to see what are all the pre-built components for this. And in this, we have talked in detail what we're going to do in pre. Module 2 you is your now sys skill kit. Module 3 is your now sys AI agent, understanding the AI control tower lab, and then your data review and testing and whatnot, right? So let's get started. We are going to go through this one by one. Your module one is your use case overview, right? So we talked about this AI HR case interceptor use case that we're implementing in this lab. So human agents are under increasing pressure to do more or less, right? Agents spend hours manually in triaging cases, researching policies, and drafting responses to the non-critical cases. And this time can be spent on a higher value work. And this is where the potential opportunity is to automate this with our AI agents, right? In this lab, we are going to use a custom agentic HR case interceptor, which is our use case talked in details in the previous video. It is an HRSD use case highlighting how virtual agent, your now skill assess kit, now sys search, pre-built flow designer flows, agentic workflows can work in concert to triage, classify, enrich, and route your HR cases, reducing manual effort, expediting solutions, following the best practices through automated escalation of sensitive issues to human analysts. So let me explain you the business flow in detail. However, I think we have talked at a high level. So an end user start a conversation with an HRSD virtual agent, right? And then we virtual agent tries to answer the user query. The user confirms that the response was not helpful. A new HR case needs to be created using a custom virtual agent pre-built topic out there. The virtual agent topic creates the HR cases and set the short description and description field values. This is very important to understand. We are taking this intake from the user itself. This creates the HR case, which kicks off your agentic workflow in the backend, which we're going to build in this lab, right? The workflow then classify the HR case as a critical or a non-critical case, right? And then if it is a critical case, following step needs to happen. What are the following steps if it is a critical case? If it's a critical case, escalate the case to the HRBP manager, increase the priority of the case, and send an email to HRBP for immediate assistance. If the case is non-critical, the workflow then uses retrieval augmented generation, the RAG search within analysis search to predict the assignment group for the HR case. The agentic workflow analyze the short description and description field of the case of the HR case, search for the related knowledge catalog and similar HR past cases. Based on this, workflow generates a consolidated resolution plan and add it to work notes and close the case. So this is an automation where your humans used to do it before. Now your AI solution will do that for you. So we'll go into the demo soon, but let's start our module one hands-on session first, right? So the first thing we're going to do is that your data readiness check. I think I have explained you what four tools are already there in ServiceNow, which you can use to do that, and we will see that in instance one by one, right? So I'm just getting the theory. If you are interested in reading that, and I strongly recommend you should read this one by one, right? So the first one is that using the Now Assist Readiness Evolution application and to see how good your data is in the system for different applications. So I will directly go into the instance and I will show you. So this is the instance we're going to use for our module one. So let's say Now Assist data, or I would say readiness, right? Apologies for this. All right. So if you see, we have a module here now, Assist Readiness Evolution evaluation, and once you go in there it loads up for you. All right, let me do a better view here. Okay, so if you see here, this is the Now Assist Readiness Evaluation dashboard, and it gives you two tabs out here: Now Assist Assessment and Agentic AI Assessment. So these are the assessments that you do when you put your agents into a managed state in the AI control tower. We will see that in the upcoming videos. It gives you a filtration findings by category, your AI search, your IT as some virtual agent, CSM, HRSD, the trends out there. If you go into the agentic AI assessment, it is also giving you by category and the different time. But the game here mostly begins when you go into your home, right? Okay, this is the same view that we were checking in our theoretical video, right? So it gives you the home page where for your each application, different KPIs are given. And this is something worth exploring in deep, that you can go into each deep dive and see how does it happen. Let's see, let's try to go into now assist AI action required. So it will give you an assessment basically, which you need to fill in to take it further. If you go into virtual agent one, let's see that as well. All right. So this is something I wanted to showcase you, right? So here this application gives you a summary view as well. Okay. The summary view is all the application that your instance is on Zurich patch 8 as of now, new, no issues expected while installing the bundles. Recent clone, no clones done recently. On your AI search, it is live, it is enabled on which portals, your virtual agent is live out there, how many active topics are there, how many custom NLU topics are there, on which things your VA is live. Your ITSM, it gives you the entire the key details out here. Your CSM, limited test data available. You know how efficient it is, right? You don't have to go there manually check it out, right? This application is doing for you on your own. HRSG, right? Limited test data available out here. It gives you certain KPIs which you can read in detail, and of course take a necessary action on it before you start your implementation. And if you go above, if you want to go into deep dive, you can go into each application one by one, and it give you a more detailed view, right? So if you see here, all these things you can pause and read as per your comfort level. The knowledge management, how many are published articles, it gives you the knowledge base for different applications you have, the knowledge base articles, the category, the knowledge bases, what are their help, are there any group restrictions, that is also telling you out this top searches. So this is worth going into deep dive into each application. Today we are mostly focused on the HRSD part. So if you go into HRSD, it gives you, is there any customization exist, short description, any custom fields are used or not. So this is amazing. So what I will do for you is that I will scroll all this one by one, because if I start explaining this in detail, it will take a lot of time, and we will do a deep dive in the upcoming videos. But this is mostly oriented on your agentic AI workflow. So I will not go into this application in detail. I'm scrolling this slowly. If you are interested, you go ahead and if you click on this URLs, right, it also gives you what are these topics. So let's try to open one here. So you can directly go to the data here and you can do your assessment or cleanup or whatever you want to do. So this the first one is your summary, right? ITSM, CSM, HRSD, virtual agent, AI search. The second one is on the AI search. It give you different perspective around different applications AI search uses. Then your virtual agent, how many active catalogs available for your virtual agent, how many are conversational, non-conversational, what are the stoppers out there, top 10 catalog items, opportunity to convert any of that catalog item to conversational, automation found. All these KPIs are in the virtual agent. Then we go into ITSM, customization incident, customization choice fields, configuration, short description, volume of past incidents, percentage. So a lot of interesting questions that you keep asking to yourself, and then you go ahead manually doing your research. You can do here automatically. Then CSM, do the case customization exist? Update to any out of the box fields, configuration, same thing with at least 50 words. This is amazing, right? It tells you the number of cases having less than 50 words of volume in the resolution notes. And then different KPIs, I suggest you pause at a different step and read that out in detail. And the same thing is for your HRSD as well. So on the basis of this data, you can take a first view of your data, right? But this cannot be a all single source of truth. You need to go ahead and do some manual checks as well in order to make sure that okay, your data is ready for your AI implementation. Let's see what else is there in this data readiness evaluation kit. All right, I think that's all. This is something you can try to install on your instances, or if you get any POC instance from your organization, try to explain this in detail, right? Try to understand this in detail. This is giving you an AI findings, agentic AI, ITSM, agentic AI, CSM, HRST, and then there are blocks as well. Amazing, amazing insights over here. All right, let's continue. I have captured all the screens for you so that you can read this in detail and start making sense out of it. Okay, these are the same steps that we have discussed. I'm just scrolling it down because if you have to do the same thing in your instance, how do you do? This is something everything we have discussed. Summarization assessments, that's totally fine. All right. Now, the second thing we are going to do is that one is using that application. The second thing is also very important to see manually how the data is good for my implementation. So as we are doing for this HR, we are going to open the HR cases. Let's open all the HR cases out here. The first thing we are going to check is that how many close notes are empty. So if you see here, I have 5,898 cases, past history cases out there, right? And let's see how many closed notes are empty. Is empty, right? Okay, so it's telling me that 970. So what does mean for you, right? Out of my 6,000 cases, my 970 cases doesn't have a closed note, which is fairly, I will not say fantastic, but a fairly decent for my LLM model to go into do a rake search into this old cases and give me a close note, right? So this data is fairly good. That is the one check that we're going to do. That what is this? What is the quality of my closed notes of the past HR data. Okay. So the same thing it is telling you, it is decently empty. Now the next thing we're going to check on the fulfillment instructions, right? Close note is one thing, and your fulfillment. Like till now, my agents are filling this close notes or fulfillment instructions is very important to understand for the my use case implementation. Uh, so if you see this is bad, fulfillment instructions are not there in my the past data, and this is going to affect my correctness of the AI agentic solution. So this is something that you can bring the insights while doing your data evaluation out there. So if you see here, fulfillment instructions are missing and will not help the AI agent generate good resolution. Right? Data is very important out there. So the second thing we're going to do is we are going to check the catalogs data health, right? So let's go into maintain items. So if you see here, we have 2,362 catalog items. I want to check here how many meta fields are filled. So if you don't know about this field as of now, I will strongly suggest you go back and read. Basically, this meta field of your catalog items helps your RAG model to do AI search efficiently in your catalog items to bring the output out there. So out of 2,300 approximately, this meta, maybe let me say, is empty, right? So around 1,674 are empty, which is also not good. So this is something we can improve before we start our agentic AI implementation, right? So same thing, catalog items, it gives you the stats out here. There is one more thing here, which is conversational catalog dashboard overview, right? So let me go there and start screen open. All right, so this is a dashboard which gives you the health of your catalog item, right? And this is something I want you to study in detail. It can help you take quite a good key decisions that what all you need to improve before you start your agentic AI implementation. It tells you how many catalog items are conversational, how many are non-conversational. It means how many RATMs or types of requests you can raise with your virtual agent and how much not. And it also gives you the reasons as well. It also gives you the popular request channel for the last 6 months. It gives you the list of those catalog items to you, and it is very important to open this and read this data. So let's try to see the reasons, right? What are the reasons? So if you see, it is giving you there are catalog client scripts which resist your catalog items to become conversational, and there are multi-variable sets, and there can be different reasons for that. You can go there and do different stuff to read this. So read this in detail. I'm just wanted to give you an idea out here, right? The same thing we can do. So as of now, we are what we have done, right? Let's recall. So the first thing we have done is checking our instance data from the now assist skill data kit, right? The second thing we have done is uh, doing the data manually check in our HR case table for the past data history for the closed nodes and the fulfiller nodes. The third thing we have done is your catalog conversational dashboard to see what kind of catalogs are there and what are the issues. And the next thing we are going to do is to check your knowledge base health because your RAG model is going to search that only to provide you the right resolutions, right? So let me go to the knowledge center. I can go from here. Amazing. Yeah. All right. So this is a knowledge center application which gives you manage, monitor your knowledge bases, right? It is giving you insights out there. What are your top knowledge actions, right? Amazing view, ladies and gentlemen. You just see this. It tells you what are the potential duplicate articles in your system or duplicate topics which you can go ahead and fix. What are the top potential gaps in your knowledge base? The article optimization, how much you can optimize. It gives you a quick view of your knowledge bases, mostly viewed knowledge articles, mostly useful featured articles, right? And then it gives you a lot of things here which you can use to explore this. We'll make a separate video on the knowledge center itself, but this is something on dependent on. So if I see here, I see a lot of duplicates which can be remade. So what I will do, I'll go in this duplicate article tab to see what kind of data is duplicate out here, right? Let's explore that once. Okay, so it tells it has already grouped you. So if you see the AW health log analytics, you have similar so many knowledge bases for that, right? So why not delete this and go further for our agentic AI implementation? This is something that you also need to do before you start any implementation. This showcases you all the potential gaps you have in your KB based articles. It also gives you the task where you can assign to somebody to resolve out of this, right? So knowledge center worth exploring in detail. We will do that uh, shortly in our next videos. All right, what next? Knowledge center is something we have explored. We understand the need of a clean data out here, right? Okay. The next thing we're going to check was on the. So as of now, we were doing our data check, right? Let's recall. The first thing was your now assess data skill kit. Then we went into the HR parse cases data to see what is the health of your close nodes and fulfiller nodes. Then we went into the catalog item overview dashboard. Then we went into your knowledge center, and there is a lot of more things you can do to do your data check. This is just to give you an idea of what all you need to do. Okay, let's check the pre-built components which are required. So we want we need the now system related plugins to be installed in the instance. We need now this virtual agent configuration and setup, the custom topic which is already out there, the now search setup, the flow designer setup, demo data, and everything, right? So before starting to build our workflow, it is very important we set our all these pre-settings, right? So that we are sure. So first thing we're going to see in the plugins, right? So in our plugin, there should be now access for HRSD plugin installed out there, which we're going to explore now. So these are the custom fields which are already set up in our system. We will not worry too much about that. And then there are already assistants present in our virtual agent to take the voice in, case intake. So this is something, or everybody, I'm going to showcase you in the instance itself, right? All right, I think that's enough. Okay, let's see all these pre-checks in the instance itself, right? The first thing is your plugins. Let's go into the plugins. All right, let's go into install. Let me see HRSG is installed or not. Okay, so if you see here, now assist for HRSG is already installed. And once you install these different, you can read about this in detail in your instance, what all comes into with this, right? It has properly logged nodes to requirements, and all these dependent plugins gets auto installed once you install this, right? Okay. So one was that. The next thing was virtual agent. So for this, a customer virtual agent topic is already installed, configured on this instance for this lab. So this is your assistant designer for virtual agents. Okay, so if you could see here, there is already a one create HR case lab topic. So these are all the assets that you can see. It's already out there published. You can go there and try to learn more about it. If you have any experience in your creating virtual agents, you will be able to understand it more, that how does it work. So it starts and then the logic and create an HR case. So we'll do a detailed sessions on the virtual agent as well, how to create a custom virtual agent and topics. But for this one, we'll skip as of now. The last check I want to do here is on my AI agent, AI search profiles, right? Is that AI search, AI search admin on? Well, we'll do a deep dive into AI search console as well in detail in our upcoming. But for this one, our AI search on the knowledge base is already configured. I think how we can check that. Just give me a moment. We need to go into AI search profiles out there. I want to AI search pro AI search status. All right, this AI search is already activated for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this note, we come to an end of this module one hands-on, right? So, just to recall what all we have done, this was all to check your data ready for your use case or not. The first thing we went into your now assist skill data kit to check your data out there. Then we went into the HR case table to see all the past data, the health of your closed nodes or the pillar nodes. And then we went into your conversational dashboards, the catalog conversational dashboard to see what kind of catalog items are there. We went into the knowledge center to check the health of your knowledge bases. We checked our all the plugins that we need for this implementation, your AI search profile, the virtual agent assistant. So all those base data is now ready. And with that note, in the next exercise, we are going to module two, we are going to build our custom skill on the now using the now assist skill kit build. It is going to be very exciting. So stay tuned. Next exercise, we are going to meet again. Thank you so much.